Here it is Friday, okay?
Yeah.
I trained every day this week, okay? That's 5 straight days. I went to work also, okay? And then dealing with the operations on my animals and stuff. Fortunately, I have a partner who busts her ass, okay? And helps out with, I mean, I can't even go there, you know what I mean? She's so great.
Yeah.
But why don't we say, instead, say something like, it's Friday and we did it all, man. We went to work, we trained, we did it. Yeah, good for you. Instead, we're doing things like, oh man, thank God it's Friday. Or, I'm really tired. Gee, I don't know why.
Right.
You know? It's okay to be tired, you know? This is the kind of stuff where it's like a ping pong ball. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, I got it, now I don't. Oh, I got it, now I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, at least for me, I have to kind of accept that, because then I can go on to the next day, and whatever happens, I'll deal with it then, and not try and trip over myself all the time.
You think boxing is like your religion?
Boxing is my babysitter.
Late in that, I mean, no matter where I go, I know I have this thing that I do that makes me different from. I know this on several levels. I know this on like a non-boxing level, that there's just something about me that's different from most people. But the boxing is a good way to like find a comfort zone with that, because that's a way that I'm making myself different. That's in my control. And it's also because every day in the boxing gym is such a struggle. I think like there's so much to overcome. I mean, just even getting motivated to go over there, but then like so much to learn and so much to improve on, and such a strain, and like on so many levels, that it just makes like the struggles that I go through daily seem, or like my family still has a lot of really fucked up elements, and like I mean, there are just a lot of things about my life that are kind of fucked up, but you know, it makes those struggles seem like, I don't know,
nice.
Like only as important as a struggle in the boxing gym would be.
Well, let's put it this way. I am most myself when I'm doing something athletic. I really believe that, because I'm centered on what I'm doing, and I'm not self-conscious. I mean, you have to be self-conscious in order to do what you're doing, but it's more of a pure sense of self, as opposed to being aware of other people looking at me doing this, you know. And so sports and being able to focus on what I have been doing, I play basketball, running, doing different things, you know, boxing. All of those things require me to concentrate and center.
but I knew what was coming. I mean, if you remember the fight, what happened was like she came out in the second round and just started wailing hooks.
Right.
And the thing was that I had known she was going to do that because I knew she was going to be upset. Like I could just tell she was upset because she didn't fight a good first round.
Right.
I was just like my thought process as soon as I came out is you better watch out because she'll be angry that she didn't win the first round and she's going to throw a bunch of punches at you. And I think the thing was, the first time she landed, it wasn't the fact that she landed, it was the fact that I heard everybody, like, that intake of breath, that, oh my God, did you see that land?
Yeah.
And, like, that's what stopped me. Like, that's what I wasn't ready for. I wasn't ready, like, I went in thinking that I had the support of everybody behind me, and when I heard that intake of breath, that's what went out of me. Like, the, oh my God, maybe they really don't think I can do this. And, like, for me, and boxing, for me, it's never a situation of me wanting to prove to, like, all these people that I can do this. It's more of a kind of communal effort. I mean, especially with the people at our gym and, like, the people I had at the fight. And, like, that's what went out of me. I've had a lot of time to think about this, and I'm really convinced, like, that's why I froze. Like, what I needed to hear right then was, like,
You can do it.
you can do it, or watch the next one slip under it,
Right.
or... So, and when I was hearing stuff like that, like I could hear Rio sometimes in the corner, and when he would say, no, you can still pull it out, here's what you need to do, then I would throw that, and like I backed her into the corner end of the second round and was able to do some stuff there. But like, I didn't think she fought well, she just threw a bunch of hooks that I didn't get out of the way of. But every time she hit one, all I heard was everybody go,
Yeah.
and like, that made me feel like I was up there alone instead of...
It's
I think, well, I was just telling my lover not too long ago that I feel that everybody thinks Gina has it together. Gina's got her shit together, She's got a world title, she's got another North American title. She's got people coming in doing movies on her, the TV's coming, the radios want to interview her, the blah blah, newspapers, she's all up. The truth of the matter is, Jordan, the majority of the time, I am a wreck.
Yeah.
I am constantly fighting with myself, trying to find out who I am. I can't stand half the time to be in my own head because the committee gets going and I don't like what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so.
Well, I think it's like, I would think that you would feel kind of like there's all these expectations put on you because you're supposed to have it together.
Yeah, but are they putting it on me or am I putting it on myself?
Different things, boxing. All of those things required me to concentrate and center on my...
So you think it's like a meditation?
Yeah, kind of. And it really helped me also to achieve some kind of confidence in that I was physically competent in what I was doing, and that made me feel like, oh, I have some worth outside of these parameters that I had perceived before. So I'd start to break out of the box, the stereotype of what a woman should be. And then, probably also academics, studying and learning helped me do that too. And then certainly seeking to learn about myself and investigate my spiritual beliefs and my spiritual practices are the things that do the most in terms of helping me understand that my habits of belief and my habits of thinking lead me to do things that are not healthy. And it's all habit, this habit of thinking that I have to look a certain way and I have to be a certain this and that. Who told me to believe that? I did. Nobody else told me to believe that shit. Excuse my language. Nobody told me to believe that. I looked at what on the TV, and I looked at this and that and this, and I heard what other people said, and I chose to believe it.
I think it's even even harder when you're an athletic woman, because the media presentations of athletic women, they go one way or the other. It's either Gabby Reese. Nobody's ever fucking gonna be Gabby Reese, okay? Give me a break. I mean, I'm saying, like, not to diss on Gabby, because she's done some, I mean, she went from being a fashion model to a top-notch volleyball player, you know, like, that was a big jump.
Right.
Not to diss on Gabby Reese, but I don't think it's the best image to be putting out there for women, you know? It's like a glamorous
Any of
athletic.
those. Like, any of the ones I've seen. It's
Jennifer
just,
Anzi.
It's just like, I know women that run, like, all the time that have flab and,
I
like,
know.
you know.
And I mean, I think that's the, like, actually Jennifer and I were talking before she left about how much we wanted to start a webzine or something that was just like fitness for real women. I mean, you know, I run every day, I work out every day, and I'm never gonna lose, like, some of my body fat. I'm never gonna look like that.
I had to be pretty. If I was going to be anything, I had to be pretty and preferably, you know, beautiful. Right? Not just pretty, it should be beautiful.
Yeah.
And skinny.
Yeah.
You wanted to be skinny and have big boobs. And so I didn't have really any of those things. At least I didn't think, you know, my own perception was I didn't have any of those things. So what was I, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing. You know, so that's how I, you know, perceived myself when I was a young woman. Was shit. I don't have big boobs. I'm pretty, but I'm not beautiful. So I don't have it. You know, I don't have that. And I didn't think I was skinny enough, you know. So I was always striving for those things. I was always dieting, and I was always trying to do this or that to make myself look better.
Was it for you or is it for other people, you think?
Like, the line was totally blurred, you know. I would say I might have thought it was for me, but it was totally for, you know, to attract men or to be accepted by everybody. Because see, all the good-looking people were popular and all the, you know, ugly people weren't. You know, unless it was a guy and if he was a really good athlete. And if you're a woman and a really good athlete, you might be sort of more popular, but if you weren't pretty or if you weren't good looking, forget it.
What do you think about the way women are I don't know how to say it.
Too skinny?
What do you think about the pictures you see in magazines and the women that you see on TV?
Well, okay. I like to look at beautiful women. I think it's nice and everything, but it's not real life. These women are starving themselves, okay? They don't eat. Most of them probably take pills, appetite suppressants, or speed, or whatever is necessary to be at the top, or whatever it is that they do, or they probably exercise to way too extreme. Because I'm sorry, I don't know anybody that's born and stays that skinny without being tortured by, you know, in some way. Because I mean, as a professional athlete, I know what it's like to, like, go below my own weight class and try and fight. I had to run twice a day, okay, then go to the gym at night, all right. During the day, all I could eat. Okay, in the morning I had a grapefruit. I'd have a bagel. I would have, I could pull it out and show you. Oh, it's pathetic. I'd come home and suck on a little frozen orange juice thing. That would be my dinner. I couldn't eat dinner. I dreamed about pizza. I dreamed about pizza. You know, oh man, I would wake up and then I'd have to go run again. You know, it was hell. So I know what it's like to get down to below where you're supposed to be and how hard that is. So I can imagine what it must be like for those poor ladies.
saw me last night. Two stitches out. He's okay now.
Oh, it is? Yeah, it's stitches? So why isn't he here today then?
Well, he said that's a bit to take care of. Family business. Yes, you gotta have your face. Yeah, let somebody write about it. All right, lay it down. Don't do this. Look. Boom, it's out. Good like that. Let somebody write about it.
So folks, please make sure
The way you think is the way you are, and that's so true. You know, because all these negative thoughts I had about myself made me miserable. Made me exactly that, negative and miserable. And the same thing that got me into all that world of hurt and pain and low self-esteem and all that stuff, the very same thing that got me in there got me out. My thinking. Nothing else changed in the world, only my thinking. That's it. I changed, you know. My thoughts changed, my beliefs changed, I changed. And the whole world, as a result, was different for me, you know. And it's like an ongoing process, you know, continue to see the old habits that I don't want
It never stops.
and just decide that I want to replace it with something better.
But a lot of the way that you learn to really, really like who you are is to listen to what people are saying when they're telling you that they like you, which is something that I have a problem with before. Like, I have a hard time trusting people. I have a hard time with sincerity issues. And part of what brought me to really liking myself is actually, like, listening to people and believing them when they told me. And I make that a big part of my life now, is giving that kind of feedback to other people.
Mm-hmm.
A game. And you just try and get through it so that you can, like, hopefully, I don't know, it's like 1 minute, it's that whole minute to minute thing. It's, because then the next day, I'll go, oh, that wasn't that big a deal, you know?
Mm.
I kind of call it, look, it must be, that's the way life is. Up and down, up and, like, so, what did a friend of mine say? Oh, life, happy, sad, happy, sad.
Yeah.